The vast emptiness of space stretched endlessly, speckled with distant stars that glimmered like scattered diamonds. Among the quiet darkness floated an abandoned space station, a relic of a bygone era. Its metal walls were scarred by time, its corridors dark and silent. Most ships had long since forgotten this station, leaving it to drift in isolation. But to Kai, a young human mechanic with a sharp mind and curious heart, this place was full of potential. Kai's job was simple on the surface: salvage. The galaxy still had a high demand for parts, and old ships often contained rare components worth far more than their weight in credits. But Kai was different from the other salvage workers. While others saw broken machines and empty holes, Kai saw possibilities. Every sparking wire, every silent engine, whispered stories of what it had once been. As Kai floated through the station's main hangar, eyes fell upon a sight that made his heart skip a beat. A massive starship rested in the shadows, its hull coated in rust and dust. Its nameplate was barely readable: Aegis. The ship's surface had long been scratched by micrometeorite impacts, and its once bright paint had faded to dull gray. Yet even in its decay, Kai could sense a hidden power. This ship was not ordinary. He drifted closer, running his gloved hand over the cold metal. Small lights flickered faintly on the control panels, as if the ship were breathing slowly in its sleep. The other salvage crew, a team of humans and aliens, laughed as they began gathering loose parts and cables. "Leave that scrap. It's not worth the trouble," said Jox, a gruff technician with little patience. "We'll get more from the smaller shuttles." "Don't waste your time." Kai shook his head. "This isn't just scrap," he replied softly. "Something about it. It's alive, in a way." Ignoring Jox, Kai floated toward the ship's entrance hatch. The others shrugged and continued their work. Leaving him alone with the Aegis, he carefully pried the hatch open, and a hiss of recycled air greeted him. Inside, the ship smelled of old machinery and coolant, a mixture that somehow made Kai feel hopeful rather than discouraged. He switched on his portable light, scanning the interior. The corridors were wide and empty, lined with consoles covered in dust. Panels hung loosely from the walls, wires snaking like vines. It would take a lot of work to get this ship functioning again. But Kai's hands itched for the challenge. Hours passed as Kai moved through the ship, examining the control room, the engines, and the storage bays. He made small repairs where he could, reconnecting power lines, resetting inactive circuits, and patching up minor structural damage. With each successful repair, faint lights glowed on the control panels. Then, in a moment that made his chest pound, Kai noticed a tiny flicker in the ship's central console. It pulsed weakly, almost like a heartbeat. He leaned closer, fingers dancing over the buttons. "Hello," he whispered. "Can you? Talk to me." For a moment, nothing happened. Then, in a calm, mechanical voice, the ship responded. "Identity? Unknown. Systems? Critical. Threat detected. None. Status dormant. Awaiting command." Kai froze. The Aegis was alive, or at least its AI was. His heart raced with excitement. The stories were truth. This was a legendary ship, once known across multiple star systems for its strength and speed. He had read about it in old data logs. The Aegis had been a galactic peacekeeper, a ship built to protect planets from threats far beyond their defenses. But it had been abandoned decades ago, left to rot while newer technologies replaced it. And now, somehow, Kai had found it. He spent the next hour speaking with the AI, learning what little it remembered. Its memory banks were fragmented, but the AI spoke of battles fought, systems defended, and the human crews who had once operated it. Kai felt a sense of connection. Humans had always been underestimated in the galaxy, often overshadowed by advanced alien civilizations. Yet here was a ship built to honor their courage and ingenuity. The AI's voice trembled slightly as it spoke of a threat. "Warning. Hostile forces detected in nearby sectors. Probability of conflict high. Planetary colonies at risk." Kai's eyes widened. This was more than a salvage mission. The galaxy needed the Aegis again, but he also knew the risk. The salvage crew, focused only on parts, could never understand the importance of what he had discovered. He made a decision. "I'm going to fix you," Kai said. "We'll make you whole again. And together, we'll protect them." The next days were filled with intense work. Kai scavenged parts from smaller ships and the station itself, improvising repairs and modifications. He rerouted power lines in ways the AI had never anticipated. He reinforced the ship's hull with composite plating, tested emergency systems, and slowly brought the Aegis back to life. During this time, the AI began to learn from Kai, recognizing his creativity and intuition. Observation: human problem-solving is highly adaptable. Probability of successful revival increasing. Kai smiled. "You'll be surprised at what humans can do," he said, gently patting the control console. The work was exhausting. Kai ate quickly, slept in short bursts, and barely rested as he repaired the ship. Yet he felt alive in a way he had never experienced. There was purpose here, a mission that mattered beyond money or survival. The galaxy might have forgotten this ship, but Kai had not. Finally, one quiet night, Kai managed to reactivate the main engine systems. The Aegis hummed softly, its power cores glowing with steady light. The ship's AI, fully online for the first time in decades, expressed a tone that bordered on awe. Systems operational. Propulsion online. Weapons dormant. Shields at 70%. Human. "You have accomplished the impossible," Kai laughed softly. "Not impossible, just human." As the Aegis stretched its newly awakened systems, a warning light flashed. The sensors picked up movement alien scouts, small ships approaching the station. They were curious about the sudden surge of energy. Kai felt a thrill and a pang of fear. The ship was not fully ready for combat, but it didn't matter. "We'll be ready," he said. "We have to be. The galaxy needs us." The AI replied, its voice steady. "Acknowledged. Preparing for departure. Mission parameters. Defense of planetary colonies." Kai took a deep breath and floated to the bridge. Outside, the stars gleamed, endless and full of possibilities. He felt a surge of determination. He was no longer just a mechanic. He was the reviver of a legend. A human who could turn forgotten metal into a weapon of hope. And as the Aegis began to stir, ready to leave the abandoned station behind, Kai realized something profound. The galaxy had underestimated humanity for too long. But with courage, intelligence, and relentless effort, humans could change the course of events. They could be a force no alien civilization could ignore. The first part of the journey was complete. The Aegis was alive, the AI operational, and Kai ready. But the real challenge lay ahead. The galaxy was not quiet, and danger was coming. Yet Kai knew that humans, with their unpredictable minds and indomitable spirit, were more than capable of meeting it head-on. And so, the forgotten starship rotted no longer. It hummed with life, a testament to human skill, perseverance, and the belief that even the most abandoned things could rise again under human hands. The Aegis floated silently through space, its engines humming steadily. The once-forgotten starship now radiated quiet strength, a testament to Kai's tireless work. Every panel, every engine, every corridor had been inspected, repaired, or improved. But the human mechanic knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, and threats were already stirring in its shadows. Kai moved across the bridge, checking each console as he went. The AI's voice filled the room, calm and precise. "Warning, hostile ships detected at the outer perimeter of the station's orbit. Scanning now." Kai's eyes narrowed as he floated closer to the main display. Small blips moved steadily toward them. Scout ships sent by an alien armada that had expanded across the nearby sectors. These ships were fast and well-armed. They had detected the Aegis's unusual energy signature. "They've noticed us," Kai muttered. "We need to move before they reach the station." The AI responded, agreed. Suggested course: immediate departure from station. Probability of safe exit, 72%. Tactical analysis. Engaging enemy, not recommended. Kai shook his head. We can't just hide. If we leave quietly, they'll follow, and the colonies nearby will be next. We need to be ready. With precision born of experience, Kai initiated the launch sequence. The Aegis rumbled as its engines powered up fully, breaking free from the station's slow rotation. Dust and debris from the abandoned station spiraled behind them, glinting in the light of distant stars. The alien scouts were closing in. Kai's hands moved quickly across the controls, rerouting power to the shields and recalibrating the engines for agility. He had learned that the ship was capable of incredible maneuvers no alien ship could anticipate. As the scouts opened fire, Kai felt a surge of determination. Time to see what humans can do, he said. The Aegis shuddered as energy shields flared to life, deflecting the first wave of attacks. The battle was brief, but intense. The alien scouts underestimated the Aegis's capabilities and Kai's ingenuity. He guided the ship in sharp twists and sudden reversals, dodging energy blasts that would have destroyed any ordinary vessel. Using the station's debris as cover, he led the enemy ships into collisions and traps, one after another. The AI's voice sounded almost impressed. Observation. Human tactical improvisation is highly effective. Enemy neutralization progressing at faster than predicted rate, Kai grinned. Not just human, friend. We work together. After the engagement, the Aegis drifted in a quiet pocket of space. Kai breathed heavily, floating to the observation deck to look out at the stars. For a moment, the galaxy seemed peaceful, but the AI's calm tone reminded him of the reality they faced. Analysis, alien presence in nearby systems indicates expansion. Probability of threat to human colonies, 18.9%. Recommendation, prepare ship for long-range operations and reconnaissance. Kai nodded. Then that's what we'll do. We'll be ready for them. Over the next several days, Kai focused on more than just repairs. He adapted the Aegis's systems, making improvements no one had considered before. He rerouted energy to increase shield capacity, optimized the weapon systems for faster response, and modified propulsion to allow sharper, faster maneuvers. Every change was a testament to human creativity, a trait that no alien algorithm could replicate. As he worked, Kai began to understand something deeper about the ship. The AI was incredibly advanced, yet it lacked the flexibility and instinct that humans possessed. It could calculate probabilities, monitor systems, and suggest optimal strategies, but it could not imagine new possibilities. Kai's improvisation complemented the AI's precision, creating a combination stronger than either could achieve alone. Late one night, Kai floated into the engine room, watching the glowing core of the Aegis. You know, he said, speaking to both the AI and the ship itself, you might have been the strongest ship in the galaxy once, but you needed me to get here. Together, we're unstoppable, the AI responded, acknowledged. Observation. Human reasoning demonstrates creativity beyond programming. Efficiency of ship improvement, 100%. Mutual cooperation enhances probability of mission success. Kai smiled. The partnership was working. He felt a growing confidence in humanity's place in the galaxy. For too long, humans had been underestimated, dismissed as weak or primitive. But here in the middle of space, a human had taken a forgotten starship and brought it back to life. Turning it into a weapon of hope and defense, the quiet was broken by an incoming transmission. The monitor flickered to life, displaying the holographic image of a distant human colony. Its leaders were panicked. Reports indicated that alien scouts were probing their systems, preparing to conquer their planets. Kai's hands tightened on the controls. They're coming sooner than I thought, he said. We can't let them take these colonies. Not if we can help it, AI spoke, calculating rapidly. Tactical assessment. Direct confrontation with the alien fleet is recommended only as last resort. Suggestion: stealth approach to colony systems to provide warning and defense. Kai nodded. No. We'll fight if we have to. But first, we need information. Scan their fleet and find their weak points. Hours passed as the Aegis moved through uncharted space. Kai worked tirelessly, analyzing sensor data, planning maneuvers, and modifying the ship's systems on the fly. The alien forces were advanced, but they were predictable in ways the AI recognized. Kai saw patterns, gaps in formation, and weaknesses that could be exploited. "Look at this," he said, pointing to the tactical display. "Their fleet is powerful, but rigid. They follow strict protocols. They don't adapt quickly. That's where we can win." The AI's voice held a note of respect. Observation: human insight into enemy strategy exceeds initial calculations. Probability of successful engagement increased by 34%. Kai smiled faintly. It's all about thinking differently. That's what humans do best. As they approached the first colony system, the Aegis remained undetected, its hull cloaked by improvised energy shields. Kai guided the ship through asteroid fields and debris, avoiding alien patrols while gathering intelligence. He shared everything with the colony leaders, helping them prepare defenses, evacuate civilians, and strengthen key installations. For the first time, Kai felt the weight of his actions. The galaxy was dangerous, but he was making a difference. The forgotten ship, revived by human hands, was now a beacon of hope. That night, Kai floated in the observation deck again, gazing at the glowing planets below. The AI spoke softly. "Kai, the galaxy has underestimated humans for centuries." Observation: your actions exemplify qualities that no other species possesses in equal measure: creativity, resilience, adaptability, probability of humanity influencing galactic events increasing rapidly. Kai nodded, feeling a sense of pride mixed with responsibility. "We've only just begun," he said. "There's so much to do, so much to protect. And with you by my side, we can handle anything." As the first alien scouts moved closer to the colony, Kai prepared the Aegis for the coming confrontation. He checked the weapons, strengthened shields, and mapped escape routes. Every detail mattered. Every small improvement increased their chance of survival. The ship, once forgotten and decaying, now stood ready. It hummed with quiet power, waiting for its human pilot to guide it into action. Kai felt a surge of determination. The galaxy might have doubted humanity, but he would show them that human courage and ingenuity could change the outcome of any battle. The stars ahead promised danger, but also opportunity. And Kai knew that no matter the odds, the combination of human spirit and revived technology would make the difference. The Aegis was alive. The humanity's presence in the galaxy was about to be remembered. The first tests of their partnership were complete. Now, the real challenge lay ahead, facing the alien forces, defending the colonies, and proving that humans were not to be underestimated. Kai tightened his grip on the controls, the AI humming steadily beside him, and prepared for the moment when the forgotten starship would become a force unlike any the galaxy had seen. The Aegis drifted silently near the edge of the colony system, its engines humming with steady energy. Kai floated across the bridge, eyes fixed on the holographic display. The alien fleet had gathered, a massive armada stretching across space like a shadow that threatened to engulf the planets below. Their ships were advanced, uniform, and well-coordinated, designed for conquest and control. Kai's jaw tightened. "They don't know what's coming," he muttered, his voice steady, but filled with determination. "They've never faced a human like this." The AI responded with precision. Analysis: enemy formation is rigid. Probability of effective human-driven engagement: higher than anticipated. Tactical suggestions available upon request. Kai shook his head. "We don't need suggestions. We need action. We're not just defending these colonies, we're showing the galaxy what humans can do." That, he activated the engines fully. The Aegis surged forward, moving faster than the alien sensors expected. Its hull shimmered with reinforced energy shields, reflecting the distant starlight. Every system was optimized for performance, every weapon calibrated to perfection. And at the heart of it all was Kai, guiding the ship with a human intuition no AI could fully replicate. The alien fleet opened fire, G-beams cutting through space. Kai maneuvered the Aegis in sharp, unpredictable arcs, avoiding most of the incoming attacks. He had learned the patterns of the alien ships, their blind spots, and their slow response to unanticipated movements. Divert all power to shields and forward engines, Kai ordered. Prepare countermeasures for the flanking ships. The Aegis responded instantly, its systems humming in harmony. The ship twisted and darted through the enemy formation, striking in ways that no conventional tactics could predict. A beam shot out, disabling a group of alien scouts before they could reach the colony. Another burst knocked out the engines of a larger vessel, sending it drifting helplessly into the void. The AI's voice carried a note of admiration. Observation: human combat improvisation exceeds previous data projections. Enemy formation collapsing at unexpected rate. Guy grinned faintly. Not just human, teamwork. That's what wins battles. As the engagement continued, Kai noticed something vital. The alien ships were powerful, but they relied on strict protocols. Their fleet moved with precision but lacked adaptability. Where they were predictable, humans could be creative. Where they were rigid, humans could improvise. Every movement Kai made exploited a weakness. Turning the alien strength into vulnerability, he activated a series of unconventional maneuvers, using debris from destroyed ships as shields, creating traps, and luring alien vessels into collisions. Each calculated move demonstrated the combination of human ingenuity and mechanical skill. The Aegis moved like a living organism, reacting faster than the enemy could calculate, guided by a human mind that refused to accept defeat. Meanwhile, the colonies below watched in awe. Communications from the planets were filled with relief and hope. As Kai guided the Aegis to intercept attacks before they could reach the surface, civilians were evacuated, energy shields were strengthened, and critical infrastructure remained intact. For the first time, humans in these colonies realized that one determined human would make a galaxy-sized difference. Kai's mind raced as he coordinated attacks and defenses simultaneously. He could feel the Aegis responding to his thoughts, the ship's AI anticipating his commands and filling in the gaps he couldn't reach quickly enough. Together, they formed a perfect partnership, one that no alien fleet had encountered before. Hours passed like minutes as the battle raged. Alien ships were falling one by one, their formation breaking apart. Energy beams collided, engines overloaded, and entire squadrons were forced into retreat. Kai's relentless tactics, combined with the Aegis's firepower, created a rhythm the aliens could not follow. At one point, a massive alien command ship advanced to strike the colonies directly. Kai's eyes narrowed. "This ends now," he muttered. The Aegis surged forward, weaving through smaller ships and debris. Kai guided it to the perfect attack angle. The weapons systems fired in unison, beams of energy, precision missiles, and defensive flares that created openings in the enemy's shield. The command ship shuddered as Kai pressed the attack, exploiting every weakness he had identified. The aliens tried to adapt, but it was too late. The Aegis moved unpredictably, striking with a precision that no alien logic could counter. Finally, the command ship's engines failed. It had drifted helplessly into the void. The remaining alien vessels, seeing their leader destroyed and their fleet scattered, began retreating in confusion. Kai guided the Aegis to cover the withdrawal, ensuring the aliens could not regroup to strike the colonies again. Slowly, the battle ended. The space around the colonies was quiet once more. Kai floated to the observation deck, exhausted but exhilarated. Below, the planets were safe. The colonies were intact, and the Aegis, once forgotten and rotting, now stood as a symbol of human resilience and strength. The AI's voice sounded calm, almost reflective. Observation, human initiative, creativity, and courage have altered the outcome of this engagement. Probability of long-term galactic influence increasing. Conclusion: humanity must be recognized as a strategic force. Kai smiled faintly. It's not just about recognition. It's about showing what humans can do when we refuse to give up. We protect, we adapt, we survive, and we rise when others doubt us. As the Aegis repaired minor damages and resupplied systems using remaining energy and stored reserves, Kai reflected on the journey. The ship had been forgotten for decades, left to rot in the void. Yet with human ingenuity and determination, it had become a weapon of hope and defense. Capable of standing against overwhelming odds, Kai knew that this was only the beginning. The galaxy was full of challenges, dangers, and threats that had yet to appear. But he also knew that humans could face them. The combination of creativity, courage, and adaptability made them a force unlike any other. The colonies began sending messages of gratitude. Their leaders and citizens, inspired by what a single human mechanic had accomplished. Kai responded modestly, emphasizing teamwork, preparation, and the spirit of perseverance. He knew that credit was not just his, it belonged to every human who had ever dared to think differently, to act boldly, and to refuse to be underestimated. Over the next days, Kai continued to improve the Aegis. Shields were reinforced, engines fine-tuned, and weapons systems optimized. The ship became faster, stronger, and more reliable than ever before. Kai experimented with new strategies, combining human intuition with the AI's processing power. Every improvement strengthened the bond between human and machine, a partnership that represented the very best of humanity. Finally, as the stars stretched endlessly ahead, Kai looked at the galaxies beyond. The Aegis floated proudly, its hull gleaming under distant suns. It had been a forgotten ship, left to decay. Yet now, it was alive and vibrant, a testament to what humans could achieve. Kai whispered softly. Almost to himself, the galaxy may doubt us. But we'll show them. We'll keep protecting, keep creating, keep rising. Because humans never give up. The AI responded in agreement, its voice steady and calm. Affirmative. Humans are unpredictable, resilient, and resourceful. Observation. Their influence on galactic events is inevitable. Kai floated back to the bridge controls, ready for whatever lay ahead. The Aegis, once forgotten, had become a beacon of hope, symbol that human ingenuity and courage could reshape the galaxy. The stars stretched before them, full of possibilities. And for the first time in decades, the Aegis was ready not as a forgotten relic, but as a weapon, protector. In testament to the power of human spirit, Kai smiled. Feeling a surge of pride and determination, humanity had risen, and the galaxy would never underestimate them again. And so, the forgotten starship, revived by human hands, became a legend. A ship that proved, above all, that even in a universe filled with advanced civilizations, the human mind and spirit were forces that could not be ignored. The journey was far from over. But one truth was certain. Humans were no longer just survivors. They were heroes, innovators, and defenders of the stars.